Dear friends, welcome to the Wednesday Word on Wednesday the 5th of April. When Jesus was arrested in the Garden of Gethsemane, all of his disciples ran away in terror. Mark tells us that someone else fled. A young man wearing nothing but a linen garment was following Jesus. When they seized him, he fled naked, leaving his garment behind. Now, Mark is the only gospel writer who mentions this young man, and so traditionally he's been identified as Mark himself, but we don't know for certain. In Bible times, nakedness was considered deeply shameful. Could Mark be pointing us to the shame of the disciples as they all fled and deserted Jesus in his time of need? Well, the young man's nakedness as he fled from the garden reminds us of two other people who were banished naked from a garden. Then the man and his wife heard the sound of the Lord God as he was walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and they hid from the Lord God amongst the trees. But the Lord God called to the man, "Where are you?" He answered, "I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." So the Lord God banished him from the Garden of Eden to work the ground from which he had been taken. Adam and Eve's nakedness is a sign of their shame, as they had eaten from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, deserting the God who loves them and hiding from him rather than walking with him. Adam and Eve and the young man who fled naked from Gethsemane represent all of us, for we all stand naked and ashamed before the God against whom we've all rebelled and from whom we have fled and hidden. When Jesus was crucified, he too was stripped naked, as he took upon himself all of our sin and shame, so that we might be clothed with his righteousness. And so Jesus says to the lukewarm church in Laodicea, "I counsel you to buy from me gold refined in the fire, so that you can become rich, and white clothes to wear, so that you can cover your shameful nakedness." Those white clothes symbolize the total cleansing and forgiveness that Jesus won for us on the cross, so that we might never be ashamed again. Many people live with low-level shame and guilt, and some are crippled by not being able to forget things that have happened in the past. As we recall the events of Maundy Thursday, Good Friday, and Easter Day, I pray that all of us might be set free from our guilt and shame, to live in the freedom of those white robes that Jesus has bestowed on each of us who have trusted in him. I wonder if that young man who fled naked from the Garden of Gethsemane eventually clothed himself in those white robes when he realized what Jesus had done for him. If he is Mark the Gospel writer, then surely he did. So a happy Easter to all of you when it comes. Please note there will be no Wednesday Word or Friday Focus during the week after Easter. God bless you.